away, lady.
Yeah, thank you. So to continue, I'm a partner manager at Soft4, which is an ISV registered brand of the company Softera Baltic, which is located in Lithuania, working with industry-specific solutions since 2008. And I'm going to share our insights again through the time on why it is significant for the partners like you to go vertical with ISVs, to expand your business faster and make your customers happier. After the recent Microsoft Dynamics updates, it became clear that the only way for VARs to succeed is to either create their own verticals or start selling the existing ones. What is your strategy? So today I will overlook the situation and talk more about the change that is here, why to go vertical, what might happen if you don't, what is a good ISV to work with, and we'll cover a few industry verticals that can help scale your business and address your clients with more focused offerings. And then we will have some time for Q&A. Think about the world 20 years ago. Actually, you don't need 20, probably 10 is enough. Have you ever thought that when browsing, you will get more precise suggestions on what you need or what you might like to listen or watch than you thought you need yourself? In the last decade, artificial intelligence has gone from a science fiction dream to a critical part of our everyday lives. We use AI systems to interact with our phones and speakers through voice assistants like Siri, Alexa, or Google. Cars made by Tesla interpret and analyze their surroundings to intelligently drive themselves. Amazon monitors our browsing habits and then serves us products it thinks we'd like to buy. And even Google decides what results to give us based on our search activity. Or could you imagine that you will have a computer in your hand every day and it will fit your pocket? What about cloud technologies? What would have been your reaction 20 years ago if somebody would ask you to store your data somewhere in the cloud or pay monthly fee for a software with the possibility to stop whenever you want? I bet you didn't think that it's gonna be this way as it is now. The fact is, nobody knows what the future will look like. It is all too easy to focus on one single trend, development, or incident, then extrapolate and jump to the wrong conclusion. The way we do business will be totally different in the future. But there comes a time when people have a feeling that changes in the air. We live in such a time. This is the impression we have gleaned from hundreds of conversations with partners, colleagues, and customers. They perceive that the way we do business will be dramatically different in the future. That's why we decided that it is a time for this webinar today. Think about where would you like to be in 5 years from now? Succeeding or failing and wondering what did you do wrong? With all the talks from Microsoft, many partners wonder whether to go vertical or not. I myself would advise you to don't even consider to go or not to go vertical. The question is why to go vertical? The simple answer would be to survive, but let's look at it a bit deeper. When you take an honest look at your business, how much of it's genuinely unique? Think about it for a while. If you are a Microsoft Dynamics partner competing against others in the channel, you can claim that out-of-the-box software is unique. Many partners like to talk about their approach to implementing the software as being their unique selling proposition. We focus on great user adoption, we are the seeded engagement guys, but if most care to look at their competitors' websites, they would realize everyone says more or less the same thing. Here's another. Our people are unique. Yes, so are the people at my company. And they all have the same Microsoft qualifications you guys have got. Plus, some of them have been in this game a long time too. We offer a great service. Good, I should hope so. But that isn't a USP on which to hang your hat either. That's just a ticket to the party. Dictionaries tells us unique means something that It's the only one of its kind, unlike anything else. But the truth is that there isn't much in today's saturated world of products and services that's unique. But let me get back to what's unique in my opinion a bit later. Microsoft has been pushing us to go vertical for several, if not tens of years by now. In my eyes, as a Dynamics partner now, you have two choices. A, close your eyes and keep repeating that nothing is changing and don't worry about the future until it comes. Or B, rethink your strategies having in mind the industries and Microsoft changes and be ready. Let me start with an A. What happens if you don't want to change anything and still do the projects as you were used to? Maybe nothing for the next 2-3 years. But even if you have many projects today, you might want to think that margins are shrinking. All of us know that. Customers are not willing to pay more for the project with no specific know-how involved. By no specific, I mean just the standard NAV or business central supply chain management, distribution, etc. And with monthly subscription, they are willing to pay even less for the project too. This is how it should look like visually. If the cost for the license used to be like this, and the cost for the project used to be like this, and the difference in figures was not too big, and the customer was okay with that. But once the license cost gets much lower than the cost of the project, the customer will be hesitant to start the project at all. And that's the situation we see often in the last few years. We decreased the implementation time for software leasing from 9 to 12 months to 3 months, and customers still think it's so long and too expensive. And what will happen once the cloud offers become more popular, while we still need to do the setup at pretty much the same level of cost as before? We all know that BC is not too self-explanatory when you look at it for the first time, isn't it? So if you decided to change nothing in your business, think about it. If you choose B and decide to rethink your strategies having in mind recent Microsoft trends and changes, you have two options too. You can start creating your own verticals or start looking at and working with already proven ones. If you decide to create your own vertical, there are a few things to think about. And first of all is investment needed. So you need to think about research and development, your product architect and people who will be working with the solution. You need to think about marketing. And actually, this is the weak part in many partner organizations. You need to think about your sales because our people are used to selling the big projects and now implementations should be fast and easy. You need to think about support, product support, also the partner support if you are selling through the partner channel. And unfortunately, the payback during year 1 will be pretty low. In year 2, you should have a little bit better payback, while the standard payback time is 3 to 5 years. So you might want to have some cover for the time you're exploring the market. The good thing for us at Software Baltic was that while we were building our add-ons, we could cover from the projects we were doing in Lithuania with just the standard NAV. So that's something to think about. That's why I will focus on going vertical with an ISV who has already proven add-ons in the market, since it is a more efficient option. And now is the time to go back to the question raised previously. What is unique? So here's my definition of what unique means in our world. It is a problem you solve for someone that is better than anyone else. And until you understand what that problem is, until you are getting into that hairy, sticky mess of a problem so much that it's under your fingernails, you are only playing at it. The company that wins in the end is the one that crystallizes the problems the customer has and can articulate the pain back to the client and can present an elegant solution that costs less than the problem being solved. The challenge to you is to be able to efficiently gather together a group of people who can relate to the key problems you are describing. And that often means diving into an additional industry so that you become the established player with a refreshingly new approach to solving problems they care about. Which brings us to industry verticals. They play a major role in Microsoft Dynamics world. And what really is a vertical solution? It is a pre-customized for your specific industry or type of business. You can avoid many of the challenges that often arise in complex customization projects in which the code is written from the scratch. It is based on the best practice in the industry. With many companies from the industry having contributed with their business knowledge, you can benefit from the solution faster. It's developed in cooperation with companies and partners in the industry. You are not alone when it comes to the further development of the solution, neither when it comes to investment nor functionality. And most often implemented by a partner who knows the industry. With the industry knowledge, the partner can challenge the company's bad habits, which can lead to improvements you had not considered. At Sophor, in recent years, we started getting more inquiries from the partners all over the world for our NAV BC-based solutions, Sophor Leasing, Sophor Real Estate, and Sophor Leasing. Partners started understanding that with a well-developed add-on, they will have less confusion during the project. As the implementation will go faster and smoother, they will gain a happier customer because the overall software solution will fit the customer's business better, and no headaches once it comes to a system upgrade. And in some cases, you even have to act now. Like for example, with our Sophor Leasing solution, the time to earn the margins from it is now. You don't have enough time to build the solution, promote it, etc. Customers need it now. And as one partner recently said, many of the partners are already late to start, but better late than never, right? So in this example, partners started to do some marketing actions and approaching their customers with Sophor prepared materials right away. Top of mind concerns for customers have transformed over the past years. What we see and hear from the partners, they are less dependent on traditional supplier relationships and are concerned about the time required to develop and implement custom solutions. Customers tend to focus very much on risk in recent years. Now solutions should be fast, they should be easy, they should be as low risk as possible. For example, Sophor Real Estate solution is very easy to implement and learn. And just a couple of years ago, we have implemented the solution in the Kingdom of Bahrain in just 3 days, and that was on-prem case. Now the solution is available as on-prem, SaaS, and also as cloud solution in the app stores, what means that it is even easier to implement. So as the Sophor Leasing solution, where implementation is quite easy and fast, and the average implementation takes about 2 weeks. By partnering with ISVs, companies can rise to meet the changing needs of their customers in the following ways. Offerings are broad and cross many industries. Customizing solutions for each customer would be timely and expensive. You can bundle software and services to offer one single solution. The solutions that come from partnering have already been tried and tested, making them low risk to implement. Customers don't like to buy the cat in the bag. They want to see what they are buying before they are buying. Just a couple of days ago, we had a discussion with the colleague about the successfully closed deal. And one of the reasons the client decided to go with us was clear proposal. The client knew from the start what he gets for what money, and other suppliers were saying that they can do everything the client needs, but that was undefined in scope and money. From the experience working with the partners and their feedback, also Microsoft, I can distinguish top 5 benefits of working with an ISV. Meeting customer demand. What I mean by that, you as a partner can offer business-ready solutions and reduce time to value. Leveraging investments in marketing, technology, training, and support enables ISVs to deliver solutions based on consistent platforms and tools, which means you can grow your business faster. Increased revenue. According to the data from the Microsoft Partner Profitability Study, it's clear that not all revenue streams are equal. The solutions with package IP drive the largest gross margins, which often exceed 65%. Utilizing the cloud and ISV package solutions opens up revenue with substantially lower the price of investment. For example, no hardware or infrastructure costs. Verticals open new markets and thus sales opportunities that the BCVAR partner could not gain from without an industry-specific solution. Offer differentiated solutions. With many marketplaces emerging, it is important to differentiate yourself from the pack. Most competitor marketplaces do not have the level of support required to meet the ever-evolving customer demands. With the breadth and depth of the Microsoft ISV partner channel, your company is positioned to succeed. Strengthen customer relationships. Using ISV solutions to drive deep conversations with your customers can help you uncover additional needs and pain points. In order to sell to a customer working in a particular industry, the partner needs industry-specific knowledge, which they usually do not have. An ISV can pass on the concentrated know-how fast, so the partner can speak the customer's language and be able to complete the sale. It helps to become a trusted advisor to your customer. And by combining Microsoft offerings and innovative marketing technologies from ISVs, you can showcase yourself as an innovative and forward-thinking partner that customers want to work with. Without any doubt, if you decide to go with ISVs, you want to make sure you choose the good one. So the question is, what is a good ISV? What you should look at? We try to find 5 ways to distinguish between reliable and non-reliable ISVs. First criteria. Solution is certified and has its own object range. Also, it should be ready for recent Microsoft trends. We had cases when solution was hard-coded into an EV and it would bring a lot of problems. Also, ISV has a solution in the app source. We get more and more inquiries from the app source, from the client, also from the partners. There are clear instructions on how to implement the solution, preferably by the partners themselves, because many ISVs just sell the products and do not want or do not do implementation. So it should be easy for you to implement yourself. For example, we at Sophor support our partners on the implementations. We have prepared the partner package with all the needed instructions, materials for the partner to start and implement. ISV provides clear pricing and margin guidelines because we all know that Indonesia is different from USA in terms of purchase power. Also, ISV has a good marketing team to support your marketing team and prepare all the needed materials. The last but probably most important one is that ISV's team would be a pleasure to work with, because once we were searching for a construction add-on to support our software real estate solution sale and faced that some ISVs did not reply at all, some replied after a week, some did not have any partner program. As one partner recently said after I added him to our partner space, quoting, I underestimated the difficulty to keep everything structured and organized. So what I mean by that the partner should be aimed to be there for you and support you as much as they can. So talking about going vertical and good ISVs brings us to SOF4. What is SOF4? It will be short introduction about solutions so you can get better understanding. SOF4 is an ISV, a registered brand of Software Baltic, and covers solutions for property management and financial markets. SOFO Real Estate for commercial property management, SOFO Leasing for asset finance management, and SOFO Lease for lease accounting under IFRS 16 accounting standard. In US, it's ASC 842. All solutions are certified for Microsoft Dynamics, meaning it was designed for a certain industry. It is easy to maintain and upgrade. It's constantly being developed. We usually have 2 releases per year of each product, and is trusted and recommended by no less than 10 companies. So for real estate solution for commercial property management, like office buildings, shopping centers, industrial spaces, mixed and untypical property management companies, like we have a customer which rents out buses that go on tours for concerts, or parking lots, yachts, etc. Solution covers functionality for all the main property management needs, starting with customer and prospect management, lease unit management, to CAM fees, sales management, also self-service tenant portal for our customers' tenants. So for leasing is solution for automotive equipment and real estate lending and asset finance companies, supports all the financial concepts, and covers the entire lease life cycle, starting with the quote creation to application and termination of the contract. I also have to mention another solution for financial markets, so for factoring companies, in short, selling of receivables. So if you want to learn more about all the solutions, let me know after the webinar. And last, SOFO Lease is a software solution for lease accounting under a new accounting standard, IFRS 16, ASC 42, ASB 16, which goes into effect as of January 2019 in Europe and January 1st, 2021 in US, and requires lessees to recognize most leases on their balance sheet. All public and private companies are required to follow the new standards, but those with many leased assets will see the biggest impact. So SOFO Lease can help the customer business to plan their transition to IFRS 16 and calculate the impact and choose one of the transition options. Also stay compliant with the standard, upload new leases every month, let the system calculate values, and download GUL transactions. So it's good that you choose the add-ons to your portfolio, either if you have some knowledge in some specific industry or you see a big potential for some specific add-on. To summarize what we talked about today, whether you decide to create your own vertical or go with what's already there, it is a worth to do step, because this is pretty obvious, but Your business relies on the needs of your customer. 15 years ago, you could have served all of your clients with just one solution, but that is not the case today. The more needs you serve, the more money you can make. By offering more than one solution, you are providing infinitely more value to your customer, and you can charge them much more. Using ISV solutions to drive deep conversations with your customers can help you uncover additional needs and pain points. By combining Microsoft offerings and innovative marketing technologies from ISVs, you can showcase yourself as the innovative and forward-thinking partner the customer wants to work with. Also, ISV solutions are ready to use and have been tested. They have references, while customers don't want to be the lab rat. I would like you to think about, when you think about going or not going vertical, creating your add-ons or going with already proven ones, either way, to think what is the possibility for the client to choose vertical add-on providing partner with their industry know-how, which is constantly being developed and maintained, versus money and time consuming customizations. Also, what is the possibility for the client to choose fast implementation versus long development, especially when the cloud is getting more and more popular? How much more margin you could earn by selling repeatable products and projects versus one-time consuming project, which requires more resources? Also, how much does one lost potential client cost you? Just to mention that in 3 years, one SaaS sale earns more for the software partners than one license sale. So this is something to think about. And I would like you to ask yourself a question. How would your business be impacted if you could scale to meet niche market demands, provide innovative solutions, and outpace your competitors? I hope that this current situation happening in the world will give us all the time needed to think about the opportunities we have, build strategies and connections needed in order to avoid the negative impact of the coronavirus situation, and despite that, to expand yours and ours, all of our businesses even more. If you decide to go vertical and need some advice or discussion, or you want to learn more about going vertical with Sophor, let me know by dropping me an email at laura@sophor.eu, and we will arrange a one-on-one call to discuss all the possible actions. So thank you everyone for listening. My advice to you, go vertical as fast as you can so your business would survive. And once again, if you want to start doing it with us or you want to have some advice, contact me at laura@sophor.eu. And now we will have some time for questions.
Wonderful job. Great job. Thank you so much. I appreciate all the insight that you shared today. I know you talked a little bit about the AppSource product in general. Was there any tips that you had on how to get your solutions up on AppSource? Was one of the questions I saw.
Actually, it was a really long process, but the first app, it took us about 6 months to place in the AppSource. With all the others, it was easier and easier because we already knew what to do. The advice here would be probably to follow all the instructions by Microsoft, because they have a lot of materials and everything that they say there, it's really important, because every time you do some kind of mistake, even for example I know they support, they let you choose only the countries that BC is already there for your add-on, and by mistake we checked more countries than the BC was supported at that time, and then we needed to do all the process one more time. And every time you get you do some mistake or they would see it as a mistake or something that will stop the process. They won't let you publish it, and you have to do everything one more time. So the advice here would be to follow all the instructions by Microsoft.
Yeah, I know it can be a daunting process to try and get that out there. We've heard that quite a few times. I know with our events that we're doing in Europe, those were the hot sessions, were tips and tricks on how to get your apps on AppSource, especially your very first one. Another person asked about, do you know anything about an algorithm, how to get your apps to show up first on AppSource?
Sorry, but no, I
No,
myself don't know that.
I don't, let me think of what I've
I
heard.
know that I think at least how it was with few of our apps, we published them. I think one of the first from the partners. So we got a badge, and I guess that might be a thing that lets you pop up first, but actually I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, I don't know
thing
either.
is there that yeah, it's you should do it as early as you can, and because with the time there are many more partners coming in, and the competition there is much higher. So if I remember correctly, I know they value more the apps that were in the AppSource a bit earlier than others.
And I know we talked about this a little bit earlier before the presentation started, but with all of the different folks that are at Microsoft, how do you gain mind share from them when you do have questions and need somebody directly for help?
Actually, at least in Lithuania, it's a bit quite small market. We have a Microsoft guy that we can approach with all the questions, and Microsoft there's really supportive. So if we have some problems or issues, we are directed to some other people, and actually they are really supportive. And especially with the placing our solutions in the AppSource, they were really supportive. And actually during that time we were in Directions US, I think, and there was some sessions about the AppSource. So we had a really good discussion with Microsoft people, and even after that we had some contacts, but actually those contacts are in the Microsoft guidelines for placing the apps there too, and they really are there for you to place your apps in the AppSource. But if not talking about the AppSource in general, at least the Microsoft guys here in Lithuania are really there to help you. So we have a person who can approach with all our issues, and they help us.
Well, that's fantastic. So I would say, to reiterate, get in touch with your country manager wherever you're located across the globe and see if there isn't a Microsoft direct contact for you there. It sounds like you guys have had a great relationship with yours. Mm-hmm.
Actually, we met many regional Microsoft people while we were in the Directions, whether it's Europe, US, or Asia. There are many Microsoft people, and they're really curious how the partners are doing. So I guess every region, if not every country, but every region really have a person there in Microsoft.
Wonderful. Well, I do want to thank you again, Laura, for all your time and insight and sharing all of the knowledge that you guys have gained over all the years that you've been in the Microsoft space. This has been a tremendous event today. We did record it. So for those folks, again, if they didn't get a chance to attend live, don't fret. We will send out the link to the recording after we get it converted and posted on the website. Is there any final questions for Laura or myself? Wonderful. Well, thank you everybody for whatever, again, time zone you're in. Have a great evening, a great morning, or a great day. Let us know if there's anything we can help you with down the line. Take care.
Yeah, thank you everyone for listening, and have a great rest of the day.
Wonderful. Thanks,
Bye-bye.
guys.